you doing, chat? How's it going, gamers? How's it going, uniters? My MOBA loving friends. How are you doing? I'm Mistress Doom, also known as Decky Doomy if you're watching my Unite channel. I know it gets a little confusing, but hey, we've all got different names that we all like to go by. Welcome to the Doomnite League, which is our Unite League tournament. We have got 8 teams who will be playing against each other over the course of the next few weeks, gaining points and seeing who will be the overall winners. It's going to be a round robin, so everybody faces everybody, but it'll be every fortnight, so we do one set of matches every couple of weeks. If I just boop this up, these are our current leagues. We got 8 beautiful teams who are all playing in this Doomnite League tournament to try and win some lovely prizes. We got these lovely little first and second place trophies drawn up, so everyone will get their own little PNG with their team name on it, and that's going to be super cute. You could have your name on there if you're in one of the teams and you win. Sup gamers, how's it going? Welcome to Doomnite League. I'm in doggo form for this. At the moment, no one has any points because no matches have happened as of yet, because we're just getting the first one ready to go. I'm just running through the rules. It's going to be, like I said, a best sort of round robin, best of 3. So first team to 2 points gets the point total for that week added to their scores. Everyone's going to play everyone over the course of a couple of weeks. We'll be rooting for everybody. It looks like our first teams are going to be ready to go. This is not draft because we have a bunch of people who are relatively new to Unite, so we haven't gone draft mode at all. Sorry about that. We have not gone draft mode because of it. Yeah, there's going to be some good matches going on here. So without further ado, let's get this Unite League kicked off. This might not be the longest of streams, but best of 3. It's up to 3 matches for them. Midnight Rain versus Sky Sliders. Let's get it. It's going to be Thea Sky Ruins non-draft. So let's see what pickings we're going to see. And Keller, thank you for the follow. Welcome the heck on in to the Hound Pound. All right, we got Rhino picking up the Alolan Ninetales. We've got Kurakami on what appears to be God of War. We've got Haley on Gudra. Interesting. On the other team, we got Tumble on Machamp. We got Shanash on Cerulege. D-Tact is playing the classic Absol for them. We do have some banned Pokemon while they're quickly picking their Pokemon. Just for those of you that don't know, Comfey and Darkrai are banned. No more Darkrai, please. I don't want to see more Darkrai in my games right now. I'm good not seeing Darkrai's. We have left the menace that is Mewtwo Y free. And we're seeing a Delphox as well. And a Mamoswine, my beloved. And Phalanx has finally been fixed. So people can actually play Phalanx, which is hella exciting to see. Now let's hope that the spectating mode works well for me. Who could hate Darkrai except for every Unite player ever? Who on earth would have thought that buffing it to ungodly amounts would have made everybody hate the thing that is Darkrai? Who'd have thought doubling its attack because its attack was so terrible was a great idea? It's not selling well enough. Double its attack, it'll do all right. Oh, Phalanx was bugged for like the longest time, and it was just taking like way too much damage on AoE attacks. So no one was playing it for a while, but we're gonna be seeing it played tonight. Our left team is Midnight Raid. Our orange team is Sky Sliders. We're starting off on those. We're gonna be following a little bit of Rhino as they go to top lane. Are we seeing a freeze lane to begin? I think it got fixed. Are we seeing freeze lane to start us off? We got the Gudra and the Gibble. We're seeing a Dragon Lane down bot for Midnight Rain, and we're seeing a Freeze Lane up top with a Delphox jungle. And we're seeing Absol jungle for the right team. We're seeing a little clash here as everyone's going for contested XP right this second. It looks like down bot they're all just peacefully gathering it. Yeah, starting with the Phalanx is interesting. Wizard of Boom and Tumble up top, the Machop and the Mewtwo. Mewtwo obviously got insane speed for auto-attacking right now. Looks like Rhino is managing to secure that shared XP, and they're getting a good push of damage over onto them at the top here. Matches will be fortnightly, so it gives people time to do some plans. We're seeing a jungle is both mooching about here. It's almost time for the gank, actually. We're seeing Crimson Codex being sneaky. The mid-birds come up, everyone goes into them. Are we going to see a successful gank? No, we're going to see them actually reacting to what appears to be DTAC pushing the goal here, going up against Haley Slagoo. DTAC getting taken out by Crimson Codex, calling to the need to come and help them out, and it looks like they are pushing back the push that happened to them. They have leveled it back out. Haley going to go and try and score 26 points down bottom, and up top we see the right team giving a bit more of a push back here. We see that Midnight Rain have managed to get themselves evolved and survive the pushback, though. Points currently in favor of Sky Sliders. But it's all to play for. We're only 2 minutes into the match. It looks like Midnight Rain got a little pushy, and Shiro is in a bit of danger here as Wizard of Boom has been able to mega, and while Tumble is still level locked as a Machamp right now, if they can take out the Pallaswine, which they can not only push some points across, but also get that evolution that was very much needed. Now we're going to see objectives happening relatively soon, and we'll see which way they're planning on going. Megahorn Phalanx I prefer more than Ironhead. I am terrible with Phalanx. I am not an all-rounder player, as you'll see in a little bit. Looks like we're seeing a clash up top here as Crimson Codex and that go for a push, almost taking out Tumble, but not quite enough. Shiro and Rhino gonna take the fall back here, go for the mid XP, and we got objectives in 17 seconds. At the moment, we're seeing a bit of a group up here. We've still got the top laners just hanging out up top. And the bot laners, it looks like DTAC is down bottom for it. So they're going for different objectives because it looks like Midnight Rain is going into the middle point. So we're going to see. It looks like DTAC is just gunning for it. We're seeing a few dead here. DTAC is kind of on their own at bottom. Can they secure it without any of the other team coming in for a cheeky steal? They are managing to secure that, although Kurakami Den did have a little nosy at it. It looks like now Sky Sliders are going to go for a push on this bottom goal, and they are going to push a bunch of points across, leveling things out. Meanwhile, up top, the Aleki has been gotten, and they are trying to push it through a lot of the team up there. So that's just going to go in, and they're going to be able to break top goal and just keep on grooving. The points are relatively even at this moment. We're seeing a little bit of a meet up in the middle here for Sky Sliders, who are coming up top to try and get a bit of a pushback on the freeze lane. Phalanx getting a little bit hit there by what looked like a Unite from the Ninetales. But we still got Wizard of Boom lurking about with them too. They are being pushed a lot. Mewtwo has now megaed, so the attack speed is going to be nutty on that thing. What's up, Wolfie? How is it going? It doesn't look like they're able to push too many points over, and actually Crimson Codex is just knocking them back here with the help from Haley. Machamp going for a Unite there to try and take them out. It does take out the Delphox, but Haley is able to survive, pushing Tumble off the onslaught that they're going. Haley going for a chase here and running into DTAC, who is going to take them out, meaning if they haven't regrouped up top, which they have, fortunately, they're able to push Tumble and DTAC away here. DTAC going in to see if they can catch a cheeky kill on Rhino, using their Unite to do so. Do manage to get a good kill, but Shiro's here for the defend, and so is Kurakami Derry. So, unfortunately for DTAC, that's not going to work. Meanwhile, down bottom, we've got the Phalanx taking as much of the jungle XP as they can as they sneakily do it. Objective down bottom shortly. Everyone's sort of spaced out. We've got Shanash taking some XP down bottom, and it looks like everyone's going to group up down the bottom way. We see Midnight Rain lurking their way through. Kurakami Denny running into the Pokemon there, but getting taken out. Shanash kind of getting jumped on a good chunk here, though. Haley chasing after the Machamp, getting United again, taking them out. It looks like Purple Team Midnight Rain are getting a little bit taken out here, but they're pushing it back, and they've almost team wiped it down. Just Shanash left, who has just respawned, so they should relatively be able to get this objective. They should be pretty good for getting it. They are now regrouping up, so it's time for a bit of a shredding to go on here. Managing to secure that for Midnight Rain. The points are very even. The levels are pretty even. A couple of levels under-leveled on Sky Sliders, but not an impossible clawback here. Meaning now that they're all at bottom, they're going to push, and it looks like the Aleki is going to go to Sky Sliders, who are going to try and push that in. Goal on 53, seeing if they could have broken it, but they're not able to. Are able to try it, but don't have enough points. The goal is just left on one. Crimson Codex there to try and defend it. They managed to get the points. Not a big overdunk. They get a little overdunk here. The tiniest overdunk. Honestly, it's a one. It's a one overdunk. Looks like the bottom goal has gone though, and Skysliders are having to try and claw this back, but they have managed to group up and knock back the onslaught that was heading their way. We got a minute 30 till raise, so now it's kind of the farming point and just seeing if you can get those levels, get those unites farmed up and go. We're seeing everyone kind of staying on their sides. Machamp is taking the mid XP before it despawns, managing to get themselves leveled up. We're not seeing any pushes here. At the moment, the points are 286 to Midnight Rain, 165 to Sky Sliders. But like I said, until Ray's over, it's anybody's game. And even after Ray, it can be anybody's game. We're seeing a little bit of a push here coming from Kurakami Den. Like Derry, kind of trying to take their XP, I'd imagine. Gonna eject a button out of there, managing to take it. Haley going in for a fight with the Phalanx there, but the Machamp is uniting. A very brave unite to take at 2 minutes 45. But here we are, we're seeing a big old clash on the goal. They're going for a push here. D-Tech almost out, but they're able to. A tumble goes down, actually. D-Tech very low, going down as well. Shadow Knight, like Shadow King, apologies, is gonna go down as well. And actually, it looks like Midnight Rain are able to push them through using a Delphox Unite to secure their ability to try and dunk on this goal. Mewtwo is trying to defend it as much as they can from Haley, but there's a lot of points they're trying to push through. But I think it's probably best to call that there and just move on away from that goal and get ready and in positions for Ray. Getting a recall from Crimson Codex, who needs to recharge a little bit here. And we're seeing people get into positions for Rayquaza. This is a big point now. This is where you can get double points because it's the final 2 minutes of the game. And we're seeing the fight just starting. Which teams are gonna go down here? We're seeing so many unites be dropped right now. Just the orange team, Midnight Rain, kind of getting a little bit cleared out here. We've lost a couple of the orange team, but a team wipe on Midnight Rain, and a Mewtwo still alive to shred through that Rayquaza. Not a lot of HP on the Mewtwo, but enough to sit in the back line and throw some damage. It looks like, unless someone can steal, the orange team are in fact gonna secure Rayquaza. Only a couple of them alive though, so can they push through and put it? We're seeing one go bottom here, getting 100 points across, but that's not enough right now. They need to see more points go through. Rayquaza isn't always the be-all end-all here. Purple may have lost the Rayquaza, but there's only 50 points in this. We're not seeing any of the oranges pushing any of the goals here right now. Mewtwo being taken out by Haley down bottom. That is an unfortunate situation. Are we going to see any of them push for any points? There's 45 seconds in it. A push could happen. Oh, dude, yeah, a better overcap on the top goal would have gone real far. An overcap of 1 was pretty unfortunate. We do see that we've got Rhino and Shiro guarding this one. While they go for a little nosy at it, Shadow King is not looking like he can push any through. 64 points being pushed through, though, from Midnight Rain, giving them an even further lead. So even a 100-point dunk right now wouldn't actually be enough to take it. They're pushing top goal, but they're going in for middle here. The Machamp is giving it a good go. Haley and Kurakami are defending from that, though. Mewtwo and Absol are currently lurking away. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, Midnight Rain might have taken it. Even though they didn't get the Rayquaza, they had good defense and only one person was alive and able to score off the Rayquaza. So there's a chance game 1 is going to Midnight Rain here. That's a good stuff. Good fights. What we love to see. Y'all have been practicing so hard for this. So it is so awesome to see these matches. And of course, my team are playing in this one. And it looks like Midnight Rain were able to take it despite Sky Sliders taking the Rayquaza. Midnight Rain gaining themselves a point, 110 lead. So they needed 2 dunks to make that go anywhere for them. All right, we're ready to go. Let's kick it. Round 2, Midnight Rain and Sky Sliders. Let's see what we're going to see. Are we going to see any Pokemon changes this time through? Are people feeling they want to go anywhere different with it? Are they wanting to go with new strategies? What have they been planning over these couple of months as we've been preparing for this league? What's the game plan? Oh yeah, Solo Q can get really draining, so... Crimson Codex looking at Zoroark? Yeah, they're locking in the Zoroark. Kurakami going on to God of War, Shiro going on to Metagross, Rhino going over to Crossel. Are we seeing like a complete team comp change here for Midnight Rain? And Haley going over from Gudra to the Wigglytuff. Meanwhile, Wizard of Boom's going over to Ho-Oh, D-Tac sticking on the Absol, Shadow King sticking on Phalanx, Shanash on. That is a lot of all-rounders. There is a lot. Metagross, my beloved, still can't play all-rounders. No spoilers on my team strats, Doom. What? I'm commentating. I started trying to get back into GI, unlocks for Village yesterday, and I had a chance for 2 games with him so far. I've been learning Glaceon at the moment. That's the Pokemon I've been learning. It's had a few buffs, so it would be super interesting to see. That is so all-rounder heavy. My goodness. Ceruledge got nerfed, don't worry. So did Armourouge, so they both got a nerf. Yeah, Glace is good and simple. Alright, last time we followed Midnight Rain, who are our purple team. We're going to follow Sky Sliders this time, which are our orange team. Just going to be the basics of grabbing XP, seeing the jungle strats here. Looks like Absol's going to be laning today. Lane Absol is a brave shout. I don't mind laning as a speedster, but we'll see how it goes. Looks like they're going for the contested up here. Kurakami detonating. D-Tac going in for a steal, but like carefully low here and taking a knockout, giving some XP over to Midnight Rain is rough. Shadow King going in to finish it off though. Take out the Crossel. Can they bully a Rolt? It's got a lot of range. So they're going to back off and hopefully focus on grabbing a berry and just getting themselves up to scuff there. It looks like we are also seeing them having a little scuffle here up top with Crimson Codex and Shiro trying to push back a Ho-Oh and a Machop. Ho-Oh obviously having very good early game. God damn it. Crimson Moke, thank you for gifting a sub. This is why we don't have alerts on this scene. So it doesn't look weird for the YouTubers that don't know our weirdness. What's going on down bottom? It looks like we're seeing a little scuffle here. Shanash has come down. Rhino is getting knocked out. The Crossel is down. It's just a Rolts here. Are they going to push some points over? Obviously, 4 points have been pushed over so far, but 4 is very little and changeable in the sense. Getting another 25 points pushed over for Sky Sliders there. Using Goal Getter to get it as well. D-Tac lurking about. Are they going to jump on the Crossel? No, they're seeing that's a Crossel and they are a speedster, and that is not their favorite thing to go to. Meanwhile, up top, we are seeing them push a little bit. Shiro is getting chased back by the Machop and the Ho-Oh. Haley's doing a little bit of time to heal up, and we are seeing the Ho-Oh go in for the contested XP. Will the Machop get unlevel locked? Will it evolve? It doesn't look like it, but it looks like D-Tac is there to help push back, so there's a chance that this could go. D-Tac taken down. Wizard of Boom deciding not to take that fight. Machop focusing on leveling up and getting that Evo secure to get Machoke and get a little bit of a power spike there. Invite people out to dinner first. I mean, honestly. Come on, chat. The Decky Doomy channel is PG. It's say so. It's safe. Meanwhile, down bottom, we're seeing more points be pushed across for Sky Sliders. It's very close in it. 23 across, bottom goal gone. Rhino trying to defend, but not quite able to. We see the objectives in the next few seconds. I have a cat trying to climb on the laptop, which is really, well, the PC area, which is inconvenient. D-Tac looks like they're focusing in on bottom objective. Cat. All right, it looks like they were able to secure bottom objective relatively fast and clear that up. Meanwhile, up top, it looks like Midnight Rain are working on the Aleki with Shiro and Haley pushing the work through. They are making quick work of it. Now Crimson's turned up with the Zoroark, managing to secure Aleki. Are they going to push it? There is a lot of Sky Sliders lurking about, coming to defend that. All 5 of them appear to be up top to defend off that Aleki and not let that get pushed in, which means the team are taking a cheeky chance to go and get some points in across that bottom goal. Points are still in favor of Midnight Rain right now. Shiro going to get 2, hopefully getting some stacks up for them. But a counter push is happening top now. They've taken out Aleki and they're gunning for this top goal, dunking a lot across if they can get 1 more point. But it looks like Crimson Codex is clearing out a good bunch of them. It's 1 one Zoroark versus a lot of Sky Sliders right now. Metagross has united and is trying to clear out the rest of Sky Sliders that are pushing. And it seems they're able to. With the top goal broken, it's not necessarily they're going to go pushing for anything too big here. It looks like they're going to hold it a little bit safer here. So we're going to see people just kind of farming for a minute or two to get stuff up before the next objectives do in fact spawn. Points currently in favor of Sky Sliders, but it's a very small lead with 15 points. It looks like Haley is down bottom trying to defend it with Kurakami and Metagross. It looks like they are going to be taken out by them. Oh, looks like Machamp is coming in trying to stop them breaking that goal, but Midnight Rain were able to push it. It looks like there's going to be a fight. We're seeing the Absol uniting to try and push back Midnight Rain, but it looks like Haley is managing to stun Shanash down a bit here, and Rhino is able to take out D-Tactician, so the second objective is going to be spawning real soon, meaning right now, and teams are looking a little bit worse for wear in terms of where they are going. Shanash trying to get the objective with the help of the rest of his team, Tumble, Wizard of Boom, and Shadow King, managing to secure Reggie Ice, getting themselves some HP, and it looks like Midnight Rain have chosen to focus themselves a little bit up top or maneuver themselves up this way. They have not started the Reggie Alecki yet, but now Haley and Shiro are there. They're hoping they can just shred on through this with the Metagross and have a Wigglytuff for a little bit of support. They're peeling off it a little bit right now. There's a bit of a scuffle going on. Shanash is trying to dunk 40 points across, and Shiro is taking that chance to stop them pushing this goal and try to stop that happening. There is a big push from Sky Sliders for this top goal, though. They're managing to take out the Metagross and dunk the points across, and now they're going to try and steal, and they're able to steal the Reggie Alecki, so now they have the chance to push this Reggie Alecki into Midnight Rain's goal. Will we see them be able to do it? We got a lot of defense from Midnight Rain happening up here. We don't... you can kind of use Unites around now and probably get them back, so it's not the end. It looks like they are defending off this Alecki pretty well. Machamp has used its Unite. Haley and Shiro are trying to defend it off. Wizard of Boom doing a little bit of chip damage at it, but it looks like instead they're favoring going down bottom than pushing down here. But it looks like Kurakami Darren and that are managing to push them back on bottom too. So it looks like Midnight Rain have kind of pushed any advances that Sky Sliders have attempted to get. If you can hear my cat meowing, I am so sorry. It looks like everyone's a little battered up right now. It seems like we've got some points from Crimson Codex being snuck up top into the top goal. Okay, I think my mom is now putting the cat to bed because she's screaming. She's making sound. Looks like everyone's trying to grab some XP and get themselves ready for Ray, which spawns in 40 seconds. Are we going to see a little bit of a team fight here, or are we going to see a little pull off? Hopefully my normalizer stops that and my sound gate. We are seeing a little bit of a clash. There's one objective left before it, and it looks like Sky Sliders won it. D-Tac getting taken out by the Reggie Steel. And it looks like Sky Sliders are able to secure it, and now everyone's going to be getting their HP up and getting themselves in positions for Rayquaza. Where are we going to see people vibing? Everyone's sort of gathering in the middle of the map in different locations. We're seeing people get in. Wizard of Boom going for a bush check, managing to find Shiro, but Haley's coming in for support. Rhino as well. It looks like Midnight Rain are just pushing this fight, and there's so many Unites going off. And oh my goodness, are we seeing a team wipe for Sky Sliders here? Only one of them left, the Machamp. That is scary. They are trying to shred that Rayquaza. Machamp getting caught out as well. A team wipe. It's up to the Zoroark, the Gardevoir, and the Crustle to secure this before they get back. It's about a third left. Going really fast now. Are they going to get in enough to take it? The Zoroark is taken out by the Rayquaza, but the left team, Midnight Rain, are able to secure Rayquaza. They are only slightly behind, so only one dunk or so would be able to do that. I wasn't expecting them to push the fight. It was crazy how fast they were willing to. We see Shiro getting Jumped up by the Machamp. Gonna try and dunk it through with their shield. Kurokami Derry also has their shield. Gonna go and try and push some points through. Getting 100 points across the board. Meanwhile, down bottom, we're seeing a counter push being put in by Sky Sliders here. They're still gunning for it. Haley defending it up. Shanash, the only one left of Sky Sliders lurking down bottom to try and sneak any points in. And it doesn't look like you're gonna get it through with a Zoroark and a Wigglytuff there to put you to sleep and beat you over. Crustle just lurking about up top as well. Sky Sliders are going to need to... Really, one dunk would probably actually do it, so it's still a close game. We see Shanash is just lurking about. It's Griffey groups up with his team. One big push here. Might just be enough to do it. Let's see if they got it in them. Shanash going for it. Wizard of Boom going in. Wiggly getting another Unite off their granting shields, meaning it's going to be a real tough thing to get any points across in this goal. And the other goal is super defended too. Wizard of Boom is not looking about. Does have Unite, but cannot get to use it before. And it looks like, if I remember the points correctly, there's a high chance that Midnight Rain are going to be taking round 2 as well and gaining the first points of the Doomnite League. It do look like that might be how it goes. Are we seeing it? It's close, but it looks like Midnight Rain is taking the second game. GG players. GG. GG's all around for the players there. Well played games. Well appreciated. Kurokami Derry getting the points. There's MVP and Shanash getting MVP as well. Both players did well. Both teams did well. There was like 10 players. Come on, Doom, get your brain together. GG. That means on the current scores, Midnight Rain take the first point on the league scores and win this set of matches for this week, getting themselves some points. Next up, we're going to be having our round 2. Sune, Mune. It's going to be our round 2 players. And on the right, Sky Sliders are being replaced by Imperishable Knights. 2 friends fighting it out against each other to win some points in a Doomnite League. These guys practiced together. They've trained each other. I believe Cupid's team, Imperishable Knights, helped train Sune Mune for the charity tournament. We're good to go. You guys ready? Are you ready to get it as we have the teams Sune Mune versus Imperishable Knights? Let's hit it. Round 2 is gonna be underway. Let's go. Look at that. Smooth. Nothing happened. It was all smooth. It was all smooth and perfect. I'm just one doggo pressing some buttons. I'm really curious to see the Pokemon we see played. Are we're seeing a tree. Dot the bots on Metagross. Siping on Lapras. Lapras had some buffs. What's wrong with Comfey? It just encourages people to sit and do nothing, and they don't really get to play the game. Interesting. We're seeing a Glaceon, a Metagross, a Trevenant, a Lapras. We're seeing double defenders from both on this one. Double attackers, double defenders, and Dot the Bot is going to be playing an all-rounder, whereas on the other team, they're going to be getting Blissey, and Blissey has been buffed to all hell and is super useful. Hey, the switch in playstyle was cool. Good luck to our players. Siping playing Lapras, Neo Sage on Trevenant, Metagross is Dot the Bot, Armarouge is Dysonate, Glaceon is Kente, and Umbreon is going to be Ray. Trevenant is Arjack, Blissey is Ellie, Mewtwo is Blade, and Cupid VT is on Cinderace. Dysonate and Cupid are both going to be playing the, well, one's a ranged attacker. The other one can be a ranged attacker, or it can be I run in, I have fire. Let's see how this plays out. Rudes, thank you for the follow as well. We're going to be following Siping and Dysonate. Very strong players. Very, very strong players. Strong players all around here. Good luck to the teams. Dysonate and Siping playing it. We're not seeing an XP share on the Lapras, so I'm not sure what level it's going to. Lapras managing to help Dysonate with the contested. We got the evolution, so we got Umbreon down here on bot, and we got Trevenants. We got the double defender down bot, meaning Mewtwo is up top with Blissey. And we've got the evolution of Glaceon, and we've got Metagross in jungle. So then we've got Trevenant up top. So similar things going around here. It looks like a little push is going on here. Although the push is being punished. Siping almost dead. And they're going to actually stick on that and try to take out Lapras. Which is very, very brave, because Lapras do be kind of scary. It's all chill here. We're seeing a little bit of a push. Taking out Lapras, though. It's a big task. It looks like we're seeing the jungle gank happening up top. Dot the bot fighting off Blade. Cupid VT managing to help them get some of the middle level. Getting the Blissey evolved. Dot the bot going in, doing a mad load of damage on it. Managing to get a bit stunned here. And Dot the bot is taking a lot of damage from the other teams. They're almost down. Glaceon is pointing. We're seeing a pushback here from Imperishable Knights. Neo Sage, the only one left unevolved. Gonna do their best to stop them, but points are being pushed across the top goal by Cupid's team. Savagery as the push over happens. Ellie managing to go and get a couple of cheeky points in across there as well, and then backing off as they go and farm a little bit more. And we'll be seeing mid XP in about now. Here's the mid XP. Looks like Siping and Dysonate have rotated to go for it, managing to get Dysonate evolved up. Cupid VT went to have a little nosy at it and decided, no, no, no. No, no, no for that one. Where are they going to rotate to next? We've seen the rotation. Dysonate's now evolved, so it has a nice power spike getting into Armor Rouge here. But there's a push. They're getting some cheeky points across here. Still pushing over. Trevenant managing to push an extra 5 over. Ray taking a run there. Trevenant's going to use his Horn Leech to get out of there. But it seems Dot the Bot, Siping, and Dysonate are going to take this chance to try and push back, but getting pushed around a little bit. Neo Sage has turned up now and rotated down too. The push down bottom is real. Cupid VT turning up, going to try and do some chip damage of attacks here. Got to be really careful here. Can't just run into that. Their team has rotated down, though. It's a big fucking clash down here. Everyone's fighting for everything. Cupid on the back line, burning in as much damage as they possibly can. Lapras is down. It looks like Trevenant is having to back off a little bit here, but they're still pushing. It looks like Imperishable Knights are pushing hard to get their points across the goal. 117 points in it right now. My goodness. And there's still an objective to go for. It looks like Imperishable Knights have the advantage here, both the ripping power and the sheer force, meaning that we see Sune Mune up top fighting off our Jack with the Trevenant there. Glaceon and Trevenant fighting a Trevenant. Metagross turning up, going to get some cheeky stacks in, though much needed for them if they are in fact stacking. I didn't actually look at the items, my bad. I'm so good at this. Everyone's doing a little fight here. Aleki's still untouched. It's determinant here. It looks like Imperishable Knights have managed to group up. Seeing a Blissey unite, doing quite a lot here. And a Mewtwo unite. Siping is down as well. That's 2 of their team. Kentai is trying their best to push back this onslaught, but they are just gunning for the goal while they can. Didn't manage to do the 40 overdunk, though, which feels a little bit bad. It would have been a really spicy overdunk. There's a bit of level difference going on at the moment for Team Imperishable Knights. They are strong. They're pushing in Aleki now. We're going to see where people are going to go for this. Are they going to rotate bottom or are they going to push it? We're seeing a bit of defense here from Siping and Kentai. They're trying to defend off the Regieleki. Meanwhile, in the jungle, it looks like Imperishable Knights are just clearing through the jungle, going for bottom goal, doing a bit of a push here. There's a good chunk of them. Dysonate trying to defend. Metagross is uniting. It's going to take out the Blissey. Blade looking pretty low. It's looking like a rough task. Horn leeching them off. Pushing them right up that goal, but no one's here really necessarily to push it just yet. But they're going again, actually. I'm completely wrong. They are pushing again for this one. Dot the Bot trying to defend. Cupid trying to stay out the way and get the damage in, just pumping it in. They are pushing it down, and it looks like Lapras is coming at just the right time to stop all those dunks, but they're 5 pushing this goal right now. Siping staying alive as long as they can, and Lapras is strong, but it looks like they're managing to take it down. Can Cupid get this overdunk across? And they did, and it is a big overdunk, and they're going for objective now. They're able to blitz through that. They've got a Cinderace. That thing is a shredder. They've got good defense ready to zone off people. They're pretty safe in securing the bot objective, but there's still 2 minutes or so till Rayquaza. So are we going to see any more pushes going on here? Metagross is up top getting a bit of dunkage across. Maybe getting some cheeky stacks and dunking the 2 points. It's not going to add up to much. They're in the middle now. Imperishable Knights are pushing themselves on through. Ain't impossible to make a comeback. The game ain't over until the last goal is dunked. It looks like we've got objective in 10 seconds up top. So everyone's sort of gathering up. Kentai uniting to try and catch it out. Trying to catch any of their backline out, really. Dot the bot grabbing onto them. Blissey unite to try and keep them alive. We're seeing a lot of unites happening here. And a lot of pushback. Henny, thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome in. Cupid is pushing back Siping as best as they can. Got caught by the bubble. Siping's very low and they're able to shred through it. It's time for the Alecki. It's looking like a big old shredding going on here, but there's always a chance to steal. There's always a chance. Looks like the Alecki is going in favor of Imperishable Knights, though, who are going to potentially push this through. They got the time, but it looks like it'll be a big old clash here, and you don't really want to be burning through too many unites around this time, dependent on how long your unite takes. Trevenant uniting here to try and defend it. Dyson A is shooting off, trying to keep the Trevenant off of them. Mewtwo in the back line hitting onto Siping, trying to get some damage across. And they're doing some dunks back, capping with the Umbreon. The Alecki is going to be fought off, and people are going to take this chance to go and do some farming. Umbreon just vibing down here, taking their XP. The XP denial is insane. They are really trying to keep their levels below them as best as they can. They're coming to fight it off, though. A bit of a thing. Dot the bot uniting here, trapping Cupid VT into it. Dot is just kind of gunning for Cupid, but Cupid is in the back line, managing to take down Dot the bot. They're trying on the Trevenant now. There is an objective left to get. There's still a big fight going on, though. 15 seconds till Ray. You really don't want to be using unites or dying here, unless this is the Ray fight you want to have happen. It looks like Arjack is trying to zone them out whilst they debated it. Dyson A's kind of around to stop it. We're seeing Trevenant on Trevenant action going on here. It looks like we're seeing people get themselves where they want to be for Rayquaza and where they want to be for the Ray fight. Dyson A's team coming in through the enemy's bushes. Siping trying to zone out the Blissey. Cupid getting jumped on. They do not want Cupid alive, but Cupid manages to get out of it and manages to unite through. Blissey unite to keep them alive. Dot the bot is hunting out Cupid, though, and that's 2 down for each team. It's still fair game. Dot the bot here trying to sweep through the remaining players of Imperishable Knights that they can. Mewtwo still able to do a chunk of damage through, taking out Dot the bot. Siping getting caught out now by them, but surviving because Lapras do Lapras things, but Lapras cannot survive 3 players on top of them. Trevenant's the only one left to Sune Mune's team to try and do it. At this point in time, Imperishable Knights don't need to go for Rayquaza. They are in the lead. They're probably pretty confident on that fact. There's a minute left. A 32-second death timer feels bad. It does look like a little bit of a love tap on Rayquaza here. We're going to see a unite, and that Mewtwo is going to keep on Neo Sage. Arjack is able to zone. Dot the bot does a unite, but everyone manages to get out. They're jumping onto that Mewtwo, but he's able to dodge out of it too. Dot is just trying to get on the back line as best as they can, and they're managing to push through. Cupid's coming a bit in here to try and help out. Siping is also trying to get on it, but Siping's got 2 people burning at them. At this point, it's really, really rough for them. It's a rough comeback. You've got 30 seconds to make a comeback here, but team is looking rough. Cupid getting taken down. It's only Mewtwo left, so if they can do this, there's a chance they catch up. There is a chance. It looks like Dyson A is going on to the Rayquaza, trying to shred through that. Blissey, the only one left from Imperishable Knights, but if they don't get any dunks across with this, I didn't see if there was any. They need to score. Rayquaza's not going to be enough. Chance and a dream. A chance and a dream here for Sune Mune versus Imperishable Knights. Greetings all, my apologies for my early tardiness. Was exhausted from yesterday, but managed to get 77 of that 400 duelists in the Shadow Duels. Hey, I'm so proud of you, D-Tac. Let's go. It looks like Imperishable Knights are going to be taking the first round. 27 points to 251. We're seeing the MVPs be Arjack for Cupid's team. And we're seeing Dot the Bot with a perfect 69 score being the MVP for Sune Mune. We'll be double checking with them if they want to make any changes before we carry on. But right now, Imperishable Knights do have the first victory in this set of matches that we have got going on. Both sides are ready. All right. With that said, then we're able to kick it for round 2 of Sune Mune versus Imperishable Knights. Let's hit it. Are we seeing some changes here on either of the teams? We've seen a couple of player switcheroos. Is there a new strat Dysone and that are planning to bring out here? We're seeing a Ninetales being added to the mix. Dot the Bot is going over to a defender? Is that what we're seeing? Are we seeing Dot go over to defender? With a Ho-Oh? A little bit of res action? Dysone, are we seeing you play my beloved Leafeon? Is that what I'm about to see? Oh my lord. I love Leafeon so much. And a Mamoswine! I'm eating good. Eating good for these matches. Are we seeing the freeze lane? Oh, Dot's not on Ho-Oh. Dot's on Mamo as well. Double Mamo! The Mamo action! It's here tonight. If you're into Mamoswine, that's the action. And we're seeing Ellie go on to Blaziken. Cupid over to Mimikyu. This is some interesting changes here. I'm very curious how this is going to change up the matches. Freeze lane versus... yeah, do we have double freeze lane action going on tonight? Is that what's happening? Double freeze lane? Oh my lord. Alright. Your purple team is Sune Mune. Your orange team is Imperishable Knights. Let's get it. Last time I watched that, so this time we're probably gonna... Are we gonna see the freeze lanes be the exact same lanes as well? Because that'll be really unfortunate. Double freeze lanes. Who's the colder player? I think we are just seeing double freeze lane. I think we are seeing both players on freeze lane. Blade and Fermite up top against... Yep. Mirror match lane! Let's get it! Mirror match lane! So they're going to be fighting for it. If contest could go either way. It looks like over pushing might not be great. The middle bunny is gone. They're getting their bunnies. It looks like Blade has gotten to Ninetales first, which is a little scary. Whereas Dot and Kentai are not evolved yet. Blade obviously not going to be evolved yet either because that's quite a high evolution state. Now we got a Ninetales versus Ninetales and Swinub versus Swinub. This is parallel action going on right now. This is just parallel. It's the same stuff. Meanwhile, down bottom, what we got going on? We got a Lucario and an Umbreon. It looks like the Leafeon is joining every... This is so funny. I love when you get games like this where everyone's doing very similar actions. It's gonna be a clash in the middle. Which side is gonna come out on top? It looks like Sune Mune are able to push back here. Raysun's able to evolve, but are they able to hold a goal against 2 evolutions? They're really putting in the work to try. But unfortunately, they're not able to. The freeze lanes will leave them freezing each other. Altaria getting its first kill this game. Oh no. Oh no. I have a frozen dessert to eat after this. I think I've earned it with my commentator minning. Alright, it looks like they're able to push points over Dysone's team, and Cupid is holding them off at bot lane. We'll see how it goes. Freeze lane still freezing. Looks like, oh, we're getting a bit of advantage here on Imperishable Knight's side, though, able to get themselves to Pillar Swine. But nope, the other one's a Pillar Swine too. I'm lying. Dot the Bot is able to have got themselves to Pillar Swine. We're doing a meet in the middle here for some XP. Blaziken just getting through it. Dysone's team are trying to hold them off, though. Dot the Bot using Ice Fang to pick up. We're just seeing Ice Fangs left, right, and center here. But Dysone cleaning up with their team. They do get knocked out, but their team are now going to be able to push over this way and score some points across. But Blade is here to try and stop any extra points. They're not going to be letting the Ninetales get their 30 points over. Razor Leaf doing big damage. We've got objectives coming up soon, so we'll see where people start to group up to. The double freeze lane is very entertaining to have seen. It's a funky game. It looks like they are trying to push onto the goal, and it does look like Cupid is able to help up. Dysonate trying to do a little bit of a gank here using Unite. Cupid able to take them out, though, and survive, grabbing a berry to keep going. It's Siping as Umbreon left. Are they going to be able to push anything? Or are Cupid's team going to keep them pushed back? It looks like nobody's going and committing to anything just yet. It looks like Cupid's trying to catch them out. Menina trying to keep a push back here. But they're pushing on goal. They're doing a hard push here. We've got Blaziken helping out, and they are able to do some good damage, and they're still in it. They're still going. They're chasing onto them. Siping able to stop them. We're seeing an overheat from the Blaziken. Blaziken looks a little dicey though, but Eldegoss is there to try and keep it alive, and it gets it out of there. Meanwhile, up top, the freeze lanes are trying to take it. We're just seeing a big old push here. Alecki taken by Imperishable Knights while they've all been fighting over a Reggie Ice. They're going to be pushing that forward, and most of the team are down here, so I think the Alecki's just going to go on in. Meanwhile, Dysonate's going to try and go on this. Try to take out Eli, getting rid of that Blaziken in their way, hoping to secure it. But now everyone's kind of grouping up. The Eldegoss getting taken out a bit brutally there. Ninetales coming in to try and help, but they're a little scattered on this one. It looks like Sune Mune were able to grab the points. The points? We're able to grab the objective, and now they're going to start pushing some hardcore points over. They're going to be able to get a spicy overdunk if they want it. Siping coming on in. They're trying to get as big an overdunk as they possibly can here, balancing out the scores by 10 there. These teams are going hard at each other. We're seeing them as they make their way through the lovely jungle, and Cupid is running into them, which is not the best thing for Cupid. It's an unfortunate thing, using Unite to try and survive there, but it just isn't enough. It looks like Dysonate's team is going to come and push top goal. Dysonate, I swear to God, you must be running Energy Amp, because you have had Leaf on Unite multiple times already, which is crazy. Trying to push the points over on this goal, but we see the Mamoswines having a heated fight. It's a brother, my brother situation here. What we fighting for? We got to end this war. And they are pushing hard. Cupid VT is down. Ninetales with a 2 KO streak. Wait, oh, I don't know what happened there. Joy-Con drift is beautiful. I love it. I live for Joy-Con drift. They've pushed a lot of points over now. 216 to 126. These two teams are fighting hard for their first league points. It's a big, strong match that they've had going on first. Oh yeah, Dysonate's team is going strong on this one. Changed up their comp a little bit and seem to be having a little bit more domination going on this one. They've been hard and pushing here, but they're still going. It looks like Fermite went to go investigate and has gotten mean looked and ran into Menina, Siping, and Dot the bot, as well as Kentai. It looks like they're going to be going for this Reggie Alecki, and we're going to be seeing a little bit of a fight. Cupid's team needs to get a little bit of grouping ups going on so that they can actually push through this powerhouse, but it looks like they have just shredded through that Reggie Alecki, and they're shredding through Cupid's team as they are going to be pushing this one, actually going for it. They know they've got the time to do it. They're going to push through a bunch of points. They are not happy having lost first one. Gets the Alecki through, and that's that goal gone. My goodness. Hi Bucky, how you doing? And they're still taking the fight a little bit here. Looks like Cupid's team are able to push it back a little bit. Again, I wouldn't count anybody out until the Rayquaza's over, but my God, is Dysonate's team not willing to accept a 2-0 knockout just yet. They are pushing hard and keeping domination on. We got them going for a little bit of a fight here. It looks like Cupid is uniting to try and help them get this Reggie Ice. They could... The levels are relatively even. They're not the worst. It looks like the Cupid's team were able to get the Reggie Ice and are now grouping up a lot stronger. Menina getting caught out here, running in to see what was going on and able to get caught out. They're pushing some points back across the goal. Are they... The whole team is white for Dysonate here, which is pretty bad, but they're probably going to respawn. Oh my goodness, they didn't respawn in time to stop them taking that goal. Cupid's team just pushing hard. It's 40 seconds to Rayquaza, but Cupid's team are now grouping up and just sweeping out through Dysonate's team. It's actually savage and a terrifying comeback to see the team wipe on Dysonate. Not the end of the world, because it does allow them to get their 3 timers for Rayquaza a little bit reset up. But my God, the comeback. Dysonate was so strong with their team, keeping advantage throughout most of this game. It's still not over, but My god, Unites are looking sparse. They are looking sparse for both teams right now, and it's going to be the Rayquaza fight, so it looks more than likely. I don't know if anyone's going to push this just yet. Dyson's team in the lead, so not actually needing to push this just yet. But it looks like everyone's kind of just holding tight here. Imperishable Knights need to make a move at some point here. They are behind. But they also don't want to get caught out. Siping is investigating. Eldegoss is pushing a little bit. Mamoswine managing to catch. Can they take Dot the bot out? Dot is uniting on all of their team. Unites do be going to from... Oh my god, Dyson's team is getting wiped out at the Rayquaza. Imperishable Knights, who have been kind of put on edge for this entire game, are going through that Rayquaza real fucking fast. And... are they going to be able to push the points over? It's one dunk in it that's going to take this game. They've got shields, but it's easy to defend middle goal. Imperishable Knights' comeback was insane just then. What a crazy comeback. Goodness me, they are pushing a bunch of goals through. Dyson's team are trying to stop them from getting more through, but my goodness, they have. Can Dyson clear them out and do a pushback of their own? There's still 45 seconds in this. They can clear them out. They've got really long death timers. They're pretty much out, so if you can clear them out and get to a goal, there's a chance you can get the points over that you need. 2 members of Imperishable Knights are currently still in the game. The other members are only going to be back for the last few seconds. They are primed and prepped to go for a comeback, but can an Eldegoss defend against an entire team of players pushing them? We're seeing Unites. We're seeing everyone pushing as hard as they can. They're both just grouping up to try and defend this one goal, but it looks like Dyson's team are going to push some points through, gonna keep that Ninetales on guard, but as they are respawning, they are jumping to that goal. Cupid VT doing their best to defend it. The goal points are no longer visible for me, so it's unsure which way this is gonna have gone. My god, that was a strong cast match. What a crazy game. I'm now gonna down a drink because I have to talk a lot during these matches. GG Cupid's team. Crazy matches from Sune, Mune, and Imperishable Knights, but in the end, Imperishable Knights are able to take the second win, allowing themselves to get some points in this. There are some insane players. You guys did nuts. Like, my god. Alright, chat, it's Team Doom versus Big Adventures, Zaratara versus it. And this one I have to press a button because it's got to play a video. But if I do this, look at that! That's crazy! We're all in the lobby, isn't that crazy? And there's like barely any load time. It's so crazy! Crazy.
Wait, what? How'd you do this?
I don't know, I'm so skilled. All right, you can commentate however you want. I'm gonna quickly run and grab a drink. My fridge is literally just outside my door, so I won't be too long, but I'm gonna leave most of the commentating to you. Judge my plays, because you only get my perspective, because I cannot watch replays. You literally get to see me. I'm a Pikachu. Yeah, maybe I'll learn. Let's hit it. Look, 2 Pikachus. Enjoy. I gave you a little bit of time to watch the teams, but enjoy. I'll be right back.
Yep, we'll do. Alright, so here we go. We've got the game starting. We've got Ho-Oh and Pikachu, 2 very strong Pokemon in their own right. Pikachu being arguably one of the best attackers in the game at the moment, and, you know, Ho-Oh just being all-powerful with that powerful revive. So we have Pikachu Snorlax in the lane together. Snorlax with the flail buffs is a very strong Pokemon. So this is a hard lane to fight against, but looks like we are actually going to fight for the contested experience as whatever Eevee that was up top goes for a stack. It is a Leafeon. So Leafeon does a lot of damage. I don't know if you guys just watched that game I played against Sune, but that thing hurts. It's very scary. So Leafeon getting stacks is always very dangerous. But it's okay. It looks like we're just gonna, you know, get some farm. Leafeon's gonna be very good at sneaking around and getting back cap and, you know, getting all of those stacks. And Slowpoke in the lane early is actually quite strong, too. Slowpoke's water gun does, like, a ton of damage. It half hits people. It's really good secure.
Water gun be broken, bro.
Yeah.
Water gun do be broken. Look at my skillful play. I'm so skilled.
Yep, the jungler rotates the top, so we have Jimmy up there, you know, we're fighting the opposing team off, and we're getting as much of that Altaria Bird Wave experience as possible. most of the experience comes from the big bird. That's why it's so hard to kill, but it does get good experience. Leafeon's still trying to go for stacks, but since Leafeon had more than 5 points, it took longer to score the goal. And as you can see there, it resulted in Doom being able to pick up the KO on the Leafeon.
Yeah, me and the guys, we had like, when you get that perfect auto attack in routine with each other to just stop the stacking. Yeah, we hit that, and I was so happy.
Yeah, it's really good to get that desync, I suppose is the best word for it.
Yeah, it's so satisfying when you hit it right. But you just get in that rhythm with a teammate and you just stop a stacker. It always feels incredibly good.
Yeah, especially early, like the experience you get from like knocking out a Pokemon, it's just so strong. Like, I don't know. Personally, I find if I win the early lane, I just win, because the game is very snowball-y.
It can be, it can be. I actually rotated, which is very rare for me, chat. I'm just going to give away all of my playstyles here for when I face my other opponent. Yeah. Rotation could be a little wacky for me if I'm not concentrating, but I cannot focus on tournament matches and commentate. So I was like, I got to do these in advance. We managed to push the goal, though.
Yeah, and you got a huge chunk of points off of that, setting up for overcap later, which is always nice. And Pikachu is just very good in both lanes because, since it doesn't have to evolve or anything, it just naturally has higher stats. So it's very strong. And
to be fair, we did get buffed twice and then nerfed once. So they buffed us a little too much, and then we're like, we should probably fix that.
Yeah, Pikachu was a nightmarishly powerful Pokemon for a stretch there. In fact, it was the most banned Pokemon in Masters until it got nerfed, which was very impressive.
Until, Darkrai came and very gleefully got to 94% ban rate last week.
Yeah, that's actually really impressive. That's like, a ban rate of, like, Maxie's usage rate in Master Duels.
It is literally the Maxie of, like, Unite at the moment. It's crazy. We're kind of being a little greedy here pushing this goal, not gonna lie. We're managing to get some points over, but we're being a little greedy.
Yeah, it is a little greedy, but I do think it's fine here. They are kind of death trickling, so they all just keep dying and they keep coming one at a time, and as a result, you're gonna be able to just fight that off a little bit.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm like, it's really weird watching your own playback. You're like, oh, this is what I did in this match. In the moment, it's so different to watching back.
Yeah, I'm extremely worried to go back in the VOD and actually watch my Mimikyu because I felt like I played terribly for most of that game.
No, you guys did great. I mean, it was definitely rough in the second one for you guys, like in the early of it and kind of to the midway stage, but after the midway stage, you guys managed to start grouping up real good and getting more into the swing of things. Unlike me, who is slightly out of time for this push that's currently happening on our goal, but just enough in time to take out the Cramorant and go for the Slowbro. Can't really kill a Slowbro as a Pikachu on my own. Need a little bit of damage put across first before I can execute that bad boy.
Yeah, but luckily you had teammates there to help you get that damage, because there have been times where even as I'm playing like Cinderace and I'm standing there holding the A button at the Slowbro and it just doesn't die.
Oh, dude, I'm having that with Lapras these days. I'm just like, Lapras, please!
Yeah, Amnesia has such good self-healing. Slowbro is, in my opinion, one of the best defenders in the game.
Absolutely.
Right now, so definitely worth considering picking it up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did a video on like best Pokemon for newbies to pick up, and Slowbro was absolutely on that list. I was like, you're pretty much useful as long as you can point and click. So, you can learn to get real strong with it with the securing of early XP and such, but just being able to kind of hinder the opponent is good for your team. This is a terrible Unite on my part, because I get kind of nuked out of existence for doing it. And they managed to get points. Happens. Yeah, there's some terrible Unites for me in these matches, I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, I had one as the Mimikyu, I was just like, oh, they're 4 jungle and I'm in the middle of them, time to press the Unite button, because, it's just like a natural response. It's like, oh, I'm about to perish, I want to press my strongest attack.
Yeah,
it's normal.
Little panic Unite. I hate every time I end up against the slow bro. Whoever was the slow bro, I'm sorry. Every time I knew I was against you, I was just like, I need teammates to do damage first before I can execute this bad boy. Zaratar is also on Pikachu, so it's very funny that both streamers are on Pika for this game. Pikachu being one of my main Pokemon that I play these days. I used to main Speedsters, but I fell out of love with them recently, like a couple of seasons ago, and I've been sticking to ranged attackers for a while, which is probably not the best, because I trio queue, and everyone wants to be a ranged attacker.
Yep. But Pikachu is one of the strongest Pokemon as far as being attackers are concerned right now. So I do think that, you know, it does make sense to see one on both teams. Dang, you got kind of destroyed there by that Solar Blade.
Don't
it looked
worry,
like it crit you for like 2/3 of your health.
Yeah, but I'm fine.
Oh, good. Hello brought you back.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's okay. Nothing happened. I mean,
Surprise,
Dicey Ho.
the team fight too.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo, exactly. Don't worry, when you got a Ho-Oh that can res you, you can say, yeah, it all went fine. We got the Regieleki. Nothing bad happened. I didn't die and now maybe make my Ho-Oh not have res at the Ray fight. That didn't happen. Don't worry about it.
Well, the Ho-Oh might be able to farm it back up in time. There does appear to be a few ball toys around the map, which give, like, I think 6% Unite charge when you knock out a ball toy.
Breed him for 10 points.
So
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, it is good to farm those to get a lot more, you know, Unite charge.
I'm a little aware of
There's
my
also
greed
a funny
here.
little... Yeah. There's also a funny little tactic called, well, I call it hyper dunking, where if you score a goal, it doesn't matter how many points you score the goal for. You get a set amount of your ult charge back. So
True.
you can actually get it back pretty quickly by spam dunking like 1-point goals over and over again. Something to consider for the people who may be learning the game.
That's not a bad tip, actually. I'll put it to the trainer tips.
Yeah.
Now, here's me being a pansy at the Ray fight because I do not want to get caught out. That's like the last thing I want is to accidentally get caught. I know my positions I like to be.
As an attacker, you really want to survive the Ray fight so you can get that DPS into Ray.
I like to keep a check of top for the
game.
Ray. Like, you know, the shred, but it looks like we had some Unites going on. I'm like, I am staying far away from those Unites. Gonna get absolutely bonked by a Leafeon here, which is unfortunate for me. But don't worry, this is a team game, and my team seem to be clearing up for me. The Blissy's alive over there to throw some eggs. The Leafeon's in the pit, but Jimmy's on them with the rest of the team, and we're managing to take Rayquaza, but I am rather unfortunately dead for this. So go team, go! Make up for my terrible Unite. And yeah, Zaratar gives us the point there.
Yeah, I mean, well performed. You know, that Ray fight was very, very good, secure. And yeah, your team just sort of got ahead early and they took advantage of it. You know, you didn't really let them get too much back into the game with it. And that's, you know, a really good play for your team.
And round two starts so quick. Look at that, chat. There's no interlude on this one, so no editing when I put this up on to YouTube. It's crazy. Look at that. We've seen some Pokemon changes here. Golden Dido switching off of Leafeon over to Charizard. We're seeing them switch the defender out for a Wigglytuff this time. Hello, Ghosty Ghost.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so 1 point to Team Doom, chat. We can win things. It's not just Jimmy. Silver County Ninja, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders! Welcome to the Doomnite League, or the Doomnite League, as we like to call it. I'm sticking on Pika for this one. I was a little I was honestly actually terrified of doing a league match. I was very nervy, so I was like, I'm going to stick on the stuff I know the best for this one and switch around for the next one.
I understand. I was actually learning both Cerulege and Dragonite for this league, and both of them got nerfed before the league, and Cerulege was like a week ago, so I had to learn new Pokemon for this week.
Yeah, it's why I've been like kind of considering things like Glaceon and such to pick up, just because they've had a buff, and I quite liked Glaceon pre-buff, so I'm like, it's not the worst to give it a go, and I just want to have a bit of variety, so I'm not just always on Pokemon I know. You gotta keep your opponents on their toes, you know? You gotta have some other comps, and that's why we do this fortnightly, so you got like a week or two to get some new comps into practice.
Yep, and I mean, you know, having different comps is something that my team has been very much focused on, and I hope other teams have as well. I mean, Daisune's team gave us a very different look that second game.
Oh yeah, they
with,
absolutely
Daisune on Leafeon.
I done goofed here, kiddos, and got caught out in the bush, but don't worry, Griff and Jimmy are up there to try. Griff is taken out, but Jimbo's up there. He's pretty strong. He'll hold us tight.
Yeah.
He'll hold us tight in the night.
Quite strong early. Those whirlpools are no joke, so if you get caught out by a Cramorant, you can probably just faint relatively easily.
Yeah, so there's certain Pokemon I accidentally forget. I'm like, Goodra can hit surprisingly hard with Bubble and such at the early stage.
Yeah, Goomy is definitely not a Pokemon to sleep on. However, Goodra, not to be mean to Goodra players or anything, but I don't know, the win rate of Goodra is just not befitting of how good I feel like the Pokemon is.
I just feel like it's a damage sponge for the most part. It can definitely do a lot of damage, but it feels like a, it just feels a bit like it just sponges damage, and I'm like, do you do anything else, Goodra? You got anything else going on?
Yeah.
We're doing the mid-rotation at this point. It looks like Golden Dino is chasing down Jimbo whilst I'm stuck fighting a Wiggly. And, you know, going to sleep.
And we're gonna get caught by this Wiggly, but luckily for us, you know, it doesn't seem like Charizard's gonna be on us, so now we have a chance to fight the Charizard.
Ah, but the Charizard gets us.
Not quite gonna faint, and is actually gonna pick up a triple KO, which is...
impressive.
Pretty impressive, yeah. I mean, Charizard for a stretch was really strong as well, but then they nerfed a lot about Charizard, and
oh yeah, poor Charizard.
I mean, it's still putting in impressive numbers, honestly.
I think it's still doing fine. It's not at the point where I'm like, ah, your Unite is all you got going for you. Your Unite is super strong, but we're hoping to make a bit of a comeback here with a rotation down to bottom, see if we can pick it up. I know that there was a heated debate in my Discord about Jungle Scyther, so we were like, we gotta play this comp at least once. We were like, come on, we gotta bring it out just this once, because there's been very heated debate about where Scyther belongs as a Pokemon in Unite within our community, and I don't know why my controller drift decided it really off the map looked great just then, but it did.
Yeah, that's fair. So I do personally believe that Scyther belongs in the jungle. Looking at its stats are very similar to a Speedster's stats, so if you go anything other than, you know, where Speedster should be, which is typically jungle, then you know, Scyther is, I don't know, I just don't feel like it's as strong.
I think it's alright. Why do we hate Scyther? We don't. There was just some heated debate in the Discord where certain people believed very passionately Scyther just sucked. Didn't deserve to be anywhere. And I think a few of us were like, let's rotate Scyther into our comps to combat that, shall we? And so we did a little Scyther comp. Also, Scizor is Jimmy's favorite Pokemon, so we gotta give some rep to it somewhere.
Yep.
But it was just a very heated debate where we were all having a very strong debate on whether we believed Scyther belonged. And I was like, I think it belongs in the jungle. Cramorant's uniting me. I'm going to pick up an Electro Ball kill there. Look, I got a triple kill. Look at me go.
You did, yeah. I was about to mention that. Very good triple kill there on the Cramorant, even though it was uniting you under its own flux zone. It's very impressive that you were able to pick that up.
Yeah, able to
Unite is very strong.
I was like, I can Volt Tackle into that. It'll be fine. I can get away with this. I like to stay on the back burner. Zeratar is also Pika running the same moves. I'm like, oh, thank God they stunned Wolfie instead of me. Woo!
Yeah.
But a Charizard Unite is a little bit too burny.
Yep, that move is still very powerful, even after the nerfs, which were primarily to its cooldown, but it's also a nerf to Charizard's auto attack in general. Which is a pretty hard-hitting nerf. I mean, you usually don't see a Pokemon's basic attack get nerfed.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that they decided that was a good idea.
Yeah. But, I mean, it makes sense, you know, Charizard went from, like, the best all-arounder in the game to... alright. You know, it's not unplayable, so...
Oh, happy 43rd birthday, Blastomaster Guy, for Thursday. Belated happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday.
So
we're in the jungle. We're getting this center farm. Very important.
We're doing a little bit of
experience.
Yeah. Just a smidge. We're rotating down for objectives and to try to help out a little bit here. I'm trying to avoid getting caught out by Wigglytuff Sing because I don't feel like going to sleep just yet. I'm not feeling sleepy.
Yeah, the crowd control of Wigglytuff Sing is so powerful. It's a good thing Darkrai's banned because...
I didn't want to see Darkrai.
Darkrai's passive, fun fact, also works with Wigglytuff's Sing, so...
Yup. Also, Ghosty Ghost, thank you for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the Hound Pound. We're seeing them having a little bit of a pushback. Take a drink. I'll take a sippy. This drink was like overflowing, and I have no idea why. Like, this is a really full counter drink. Yeah, it's kind of just still bubbling over.
I have some water.
You can stay Scyther. It's dependent on which move you pick.
Yep,
So.
just like Urshifu single strike or rapid strike.
Yeah, so you can choose to stay Scyther, but they have very different item builds and very different playstyles between Scissor and Scyther, so it's not like the type of thing where you can be like, I'm going to choose this mid-game whether I'm going to go it, despite sometimes really wanting to.
Yep, you usually have to commit before the game if you want to have an optimal item build for one or the other.
Yeah, which kind of sucks, but we opted for one run with Scyther as our jungler. Just, you know, it's a cheeky game.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like Scyther is a very strong jungler. X-Scissor just does so much damage, and the resets on KOs is just... It's what makes Gengar a good Pokemon, you know? And,
Oh my god, Gengar. I thought that thing was going to be nuts with its buff, but I barely see it.
Yeah, it's because no one has the... No one is willing to put in the time to master the Pokemon, I feel. I do feel like that Pokemon is quite insane, and actually our player who we were supposed to start today, who didn't show up, would have been playing Gengar today.
Oh,
So-
well, you know, you got 7 more matches where we might get to see the Gengar play, and I will be looking forward to it because, yeah, whenever I get a Gengar in a Unite, they haven't been the strongest of players.
Well, I assure you that this Gengar will probably wow you.
Perfect, it's exactly what I'm looking for. We're up to the Rayquaza fight on our second match against a Big Adventures. My team are holding still here. We told our Ninetales chill out on running in and causing a fight we don't want to have. Looks like Zeratar is poking his head forward, and we're able to get the catch out with Horn Leech and Bolt Tackle. So we're able to take a wipe out here of that. Although it then does force a bit of a fight. I'm sort of being zoned out here by the Cramorant ult because I just don't want to run into that and die. But you know what I'm really bad at dealing with? A Charizard ult. I'm doing my best to take out the Charizard, but the helping of the Blissey keeps it alive with its Unite, and I am out of this fight. Looks like the Charizard is ripping through us, and we get team wipaged here. We got 2 of us respawned, but we got team wiped.
Yeah, it was so hard to survive a Charizard Unite. His auto attacks afterwards just do so much.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're not quite able to get the Rayquaza either, so we're kind of on the offense here of trying to take out shields where we can and stop any dunks to try and keep our lead. Using an eject button to chase a Blissey, it's a bad day for me.
Yeah, well, you stopped the Blissey from scoring that what would have been 100 points, so that's very good.
Exactly, but now I'm just fighting a Blissey in jungle for a while. Meanwhile, the Scyther is going to back cap and score us some more points to keep our lead going ahead. With 3 of their teammates out, it doesn't matter too much for us that the Wigglytuff is able to get the dunk. Stopping the Blissey a second time feels bad for the Blissey.
Yep,
And the Scyther is just sat at base, dunking away. And the Ninetales is going for goals too, which is really important because they get 74 across, which is huge.
Yep, but if you look at the goal counter left, right, you have 2 goals, and you have 3 goals, I should say. You have 2 non-base goals, and they only have 1 non-base goal. So I would say that based on that, you guys probably were able to secure that game too.
Even though we lost Rayquaza, yeah, we lost Rayquaza. They got some dunks over, but we were able to take a couple of their shields out, and we're able to basically just get some counter dunks in to balance it. But it was kind of scarily close.
Yeah, that was a very close game.
Yeah,
even with the Ray fight, you know, the positioning there was...
Yeah, it was a bit
quite scary.
It was a bit dicey on that second game. They had us on the ropes. So it was a little bit dicey for us. But in the end, we are able to get ourselves on the current scoreboard with 1 point. Look at that. We join you with 1 point on the scoreboard, Cupid.
Nice.
We did it.
Congratulations.
For me. All right, I think we can kick it with round 4, so we'll see. They said they're just playing for fun. They're just having a fun time, so we'll see how scary it is. Next week, I'll know the stats for how many times Pokemon are played during this, so we can kind of get a gauge of what our meta is looking like.
Well, that will be very, very interesting for sure.
Yeah, we're
So,
running a
something I
Unite
would like
League.
to note immediately, Mr. Yang is on Mimikyu. Now, for most of people in chat, you aren't aware of this, but I've heard this ad nauseum at this point. Mr. Yang is a top 30 Mimikyu in the world.
Oh
So,
God.
that'll be interesting to see, for sure.
Oh, that's
That being said,
there's
yeah.
somebody that I end up playing against a lot in Unite when I'm playing the Masters games, and it's this person called Ledespa, and they're like one of they play Absol like an obnoxious amount to where they are like ranked as Absol player. Good old Ledespa. Even though they are like super high up with like what level they are as an Absol player, like every time I see Ledespa, I'm like, I am stunning the shit out of you. I know what to look out for with you. I've played you enough. So we're going to see some
Yeah.
cracked-ass Mimikyu plays. Yeah, look at that. The gold badge on Pika, the gold badge on Mimikyu. We've got badges on all the Pokemon, but it's not too opposed because King Vincent is the only one without a badge on the opposing side. So both these player teams have played their Pokemon they're choosing to play tonight, respectively, quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a gold badge on any of my Pokemon, so that should tell you how much these teams have worked with these Pokemon that they are playing.
Yeah, they're gonna be a very strong team.
All
But it's
right,
all to play for.
so I'm seeing Clefable plus Beldum top lane. I do like having an experience share with an all-rounder that gets its power scaling at 5, like Metagross does.
It looks like they're both
And we
going
are
for
gonna see.
stacks here.
Yep, they are attempting to get stacks, but it is going to be defended pretty well.
Oh, the Clefable stealing the
Misfortunate.
berry.
Yeah, unfortunate timing on the Razor Leaf there for the Venusaur. Instead of killing the Clefairy is going to just dodge the entirety of Razor Leaf thanks to scoring.
But it is going to be
isn't going to be
punished
able to get out of
hard.
there alive.
Nope, going to be punished hard.
Not going to be able to get out of there.
Azura, I forgot you did Pokemon Unite. I run a whole league now. I launched it today. I got like 50-something players in our league. I don't know. It's a good amount of people. It looks like we're seeing everyone getting set up in their positions. And there it is. There's the Mr. Yang Mimikyu lurking about. But getting caught out by a Razor Leaf here. Still going to go for the mid XP.
The
It
jungler
looks like...
rotation top for Mimikyu is very strong. Yeah,
I was expecting
just barely
it to get...
gonna eke it out.
Just gets out of there. Well, the rest of the team stay on Quasar there to keep it out and manage to take him down. It is one lone Bulbasaur against a Metang and a Clefable, which is a little scary. And the Metang's going to keep it off so the Clefable can dunk. And then I think they're going to rotate who's doing that. And now the Metagross is going to be able to get its stack in as well. This poor little Bulbasaur doing its best to defend. Meanwhile, let's have a look at down bot, shall we? Let's have a nosy. Looks like everything's looking pretty chill. It's looking pretty chill down here. Mid XP fight next.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're just farming some experience, but now we're gonna head up to the center because this is very, very important.
This is a very big
this
fight
first
space.
wave. Yeah. And we
it...
have both teams, full team except for Clefable in the center fighting for this.
And it looks like the Shadow Hand are getting a little bit taken out here. Actually, you know what? There's 3 from each team kind of gone. I mean, Shadowhand are now doing a pushback. They're chasing after that Clefable, managing to chase after it, and they're probably going to... Unless someone can get there pretty fast, they're going to get 30 points over, which is pretty strong.
Yep, the experience gained from scoring 30 is quite a bit, too. Tiger Ninja is eating good right now.
My Joy-Con is having a mental breakdown.
It's okay, it happens. Joy-Con drift is very frustrating to deal with. I literally bought new Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah, dude, me too. Actually, my Joy-Cons have a dent from how much I play Unite in the thing. Like, I don't know if anyone else has this, but I played Unite enough that my upper right pushing has got a dent. It looks like Hennies lobbies are pushing some points over now in the top goal again. Are they going to be able to get much of an overdunk? It looks like Sceptile is going to be trying to stop them, and the Metagross is going to hang back and just take that goal out, giving them a little bit of advantage for going for this Regieleki.
Yep, and that top goal being broken means that it's going to be a lot harder for the opposing team, Shadowhand, to actually make it up to that Regieleki thanks to the lack of the speed boost zone.
Exactly. Pikachu is able to secure it with an Electro Ball, and it looks like Hennies Lobby are able to secure the down bottom objective as well. So it looks like we're going to be seeing poor Shadowhand having to fend off the Aleki. The Venusaur is there trying to take it on, but they're the only ones there. It looks like a bit of a skirmish going on down bottom as we see some pushing going on from Hennies lobby here, trying to secure the bottom goal. But we've got Tunks and Vincent just trying to fight it off. The Wiggly and Greninja are doing their best. T-Tar's there now too, and Crossel. It's going to be a tough push to get that goal. Down goes Clefable, but we see Pika Unite just shredding through the team. Not able to super get any kills with it, but the damage is insane.
Yeah, where did everyone's health go? They were full and now they're at half. What happened?
And yet they're still able to push it back a little bit. Mr. Yang's Mimikyu has rocked up.
Yep, be careful. He is shadow sneaking in. He's used his Unite, but he jumped into 4 players, and it doesn't matter how good you are at the game. If you jump in between 4 players, you're probably dead. So...
Yeah, the chances of surviving 4 players is pretty low. It seems like all the teams are gathering around bottom right now, really pushing for these bottom goals.
Yep, and the Gravity Clefable, I do want to note, Gravity does shut off dashes from the opposing team, so, you know, Greninja's double team kind of gets stopped by Clefable.
Oh, is double team a dash?
Greninja's gotta be cautious. Yes, it is considered a dash.
Damn. It looks like they're looking to gather up for this. Dyson, I survived against 4 players before, did you? Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, miracles can occur.
It looks like, let's see, they're going to be pushing for goals again. It looks like Hennies lobby are the ones pushing for the goal. Pikachu got Unite again, shredding through them. And Pikachu Unite, even if it doesn't kill, just does so much damage. And that's after they've nerfed it. But it looks like Shadowhand are pushing back a good chunk, managing to keep them away from getting this goal. They are defending this bottom goal with everything they got. And now they're actually trying to do a push back. They're going to take out that Pikachu and they're going to push... Oh, they're going to stop dunking and let the Greninja get the 50 over because otherwise they would have broke. So they get a nice extra overcap there, which is always important. And they're going to secure themselves an objective.
That is 10 bonus points that they will have at the end of the game. So let's see if that is relevant.
It looks like up top, Hennies lobby are going for the Reggie Aleki on this one. The Crossel went in for a steal, couldn't quite get it, and is taken out by a Pikachu Electro Ball. Always feels rough. I think Pikachu is probably one of the most seen Pokemon we've seen tonight, actually. Myself adding to that list.
Is very strong, and it's the Pokemon that they give you for free when you get Unite, so... You know, if you're interested in trying out the game, you can start with this very powerful attacker.
It is very strong. I appreciate it. Metagross has been played a good amount too. Yeah, Metagross has seen a lot of play tonight. Looks like down bottom, they are pushing for the goal again, and a lone Venusaur might not be enough to defend off this. Going for a Solar Beam to try and help, a little bit of Sludge Bomb as well. There's 2 points left in this goal. They're not going for a big overdunk on Hennies lobby here. They're just going to take that goal. They have been pushing for that goal most of the game, so just getting it out the way is pretty useful. Neither player with a bottom goal now, neither player with a top goal at 223 to 208. It's very close.
Yep, it is important to note that when you break the goals as well, that the Indeedis and the Baltoys that spawn usually in the center, you know, at the start of the game, they now spawn at, like, the top of the lane. So it does give easier access experience to the team that lost their goal. So they have now a mechanic to catch up with. That being said, this is a surprisingly competitive game.
They're doing well. Everyone's doing well. They're keeping their distance from each other right now to kind of just farm up, ready for the fight that's inevitably going to happen at the 2-minute mark or so.
Yep, that Rayquaza fight is very, very likely going to be the deciding factor of this match. Look at how close the scores are.
Exactly.
They're practically even here, and
it does look like they've chosen their objectives they want to go for. It looks like Shadowhand have gone for a bot objective, grabbing a Reggie Ice. Not the best of the Reggies, but hey, a little bit of health regen and some XP ain't gonna snuff at it, and I doubt they're gonna have time to go for a Reggie Aleki with only about 8 seconds to shred it. It looks like Shadowhand are gonna go try and catch them in their bush, and of starting this Rayquaza fight here, managing to take out 2 of Hennies lobby before even gone. Hennies lobby down to 1 player. It's just the Mimikyu left. Dang. And it looks like the Mimikyu's gone. Shadowhand are pushing through here. They're gonna shred through that Rayquaza, so there's high chance if they can get these dunks across, which is still up in the air until they've got them.
That is a very surprising team fight. You know, they just caught him out of position. They happened to rotate where the entire team was still setting up, and, you know, if you're not all in one place, then it's much easier to pick off Pokemon one at a time than all at once. That's for sure.
It can certainly get dicey. Managing to get a good 200 points across the board with that Rayquaza, but that does not mean Hennies Lobby cannot push this back. They've almost wiped out most of the team. They've got relatively short respawn timers for a Rayquaza situation. It's not like a 30-second retimer, which can always be really painful.
Yeah. Now, we are trying to chase down this Greninja. It is just throwing shurikens and running away, as Greninja does.
It do be Greninja-ing, but they're all
we
pushing
have
this
now
one goal.
arrived at the goal, and we are going to have one more team fight. We need to break through Team Shadowhand on top of their goal, sometimes still with the Rayquaza shields. It's very hard to get that sort of damage off into the team. But if they were able to pull that off, they would have, you know, they would have been able to score and get some dunks going. But
look at Shadowhand having a good old dance party down here at their goal, as as they acknowledge they have wiped out the teams. A lot of them aren't going to respawn. They don't really have time to get across the map. These guys are just throwing out moves, having a little dance party to end out the match. Beautiful, Shadowhand, beautiful.
I gotta say, impressive performance by Shadowhand. The positioning there, you know, was very good. And as I did mention before the game, you know, a lot of them are friends with the captain of that team. So they probably have almost as much team synergy, if not more, than my own team does.
Oh. I know all the players in my team. I didn't realize this when I chose them, but one of my players in my team can't play in their house. So whenever they have to play a league match or whatever, have to go sit in a field playing on their phone, and that terrifies me.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
commitment.
if you have, you know, good enough connection for your mobile data, it's still fine because Unite can be played on the phone. So.
It's true. I appreciate the dance party there. Plushion taking MVP for Team Hennies Lobby, and Tunks taking the MVP slot for the next one. Let's have a nosy. What's the damage like? Oh, that Slowbro took so much damage. That Venusaur pumping out a lot of damage. They're good to go. That means we can get it for the next set of matches between Hennies Lobby and Shadowhand.
All right.
Are we going to be seeing some changes here? We are seeing... I'm waiting to see what they lock into. Yeah, look, a lot of you are saying you want to play for second. Come on, man, the first place trophy, because there's the Leafeon.
Yeah. Yeah, I did mention that Liddy is, in fact, a Leafeon main, gold ribbon on Leafeon, so...
I feel like I might have played with Plushion online. I think I might have either played against Plushion or that, but I recognize the name Plushion, and I think they did play Umbreon. I think we played in games together.
Yeah, Plush does play quite a bit of Unite.
And I've played against Litty, I think, not with. I think I remember playing against Litty, and I remember picking them in my Discord, be like, hey, you were just in my game. I know you.
I see.
Yeah, all right, so we're seeing Pikachu coming back out. We're seeing an Umbreon, Leafeon, Blissey, and Mr. Yang going on to the Zacian. No, Zacian is...
Oh, no, it is another gold badge. Also a gold ribbon. Yep.
Oh, damn. Oh, look at all the gold ribbons on this time. You guys have played.
Yeah. They are not holding back this game, it would seem.
Well, they need to win it in order to stay in it, so, you know.
Yeah, to stay in the match.
We played against Liddy, but you think they were Decidueye? I can't remember what Liddy played, but I remember playing against Liddy. And I'm pretty sure I remember Plushion, the name Plushion being in my games. So, last time we followed the left side, this time we're going to follow the right side. Let's follow to the down bottoms. I'm going to be bottom bitches this time.
Alright, so we have Froakie Lane. This is not something I was able to commentate much in the last game because we were watching the other lane, but it's okay. I do think that Froakie is, like, okay in lane. I prefer it as a jungler, but, you know, maybe there is some knowledge here that I don't know.
I feel like you can lane it okay. You just got to play a little bit easy. We are seeing that they had some of their XP taken just now, which is a bit rough. It's not what you want to see.
Yeah, you usually want to try and get those Pokemon whenever you can, and all of this center stuff, like the Indeedis in bot lane contested experience, that is, like, so important early, because that could be the difference between level 4 and level 5. And
It
so
looks
many
like we're
Pokemon have
ganking
such
top.
good. Yeah, we do have a top gang from the Zacian. Zacian is going to be auto-attacking until everything dies, and then using Sacred Sword, because, you know, we're trying our hardest to win. It is what it is.
I mean, they need to win this to stay in it to get a point this one. They do gotta win this game.
Yeah, they do.
Will they be our first Game 3 match? That's the question. It looks like Shadowhand are managing to push bottom goal. They were able to clean up down bot and get a push now that they've evolved up, so they're a lot stronger.
Yeah, and I believe we had... Did we have a jungle rotation bot? No, we had a top,
No, they both
right?
went top.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting going for top. I personally find that bot lane is typically the lane that you want to focus more, because there's more experience down there. Like,
makes sense.
Indeedys give more experience than ball toys, and
we're seeing a
yeah,
big push from
like
Shadowhand for bot.
Yeah, that is a big push. They are very focused on what's going on down there, and now we're gonna actually have a team fight in the middle. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like a middle team fight is going to be happening. It looks like a lot of chip damage is going across to Shadowhand, so it's a bit risky going onto their goal and really trying to push here right now. Crossel managing to wall them off.
Yeah, the splash damage from that Electro Ball hitting 4 Pokemon is so much damage in the early game.
Oh, but they are managing to take the goal, though. They're managing to push it, despite it being a little bit low on HP. They were able to make the difference. Look at that little return animation. So cute.
Yeah, they are moving as one unit here, and that's basically what they need to do. You know, if you outnumber the opposing team, that's usually a good thing. You get more damage off that way, right?
It's true. It looks like the Crossel is taking a little journey top, and I think we're going to see a split in objective priority here.
Yep, but it does look like Team Shadowhand is very preoccupied. They don't even care what Reggie spawns down there. They're taking it for that team-wide experience.
They're managing to get it straight away. It's a Reggie Ice again. It looks like it's up to the Clefable and the Crossel to try and hold off pretty much, I think, all of Hennies' lobby.
That is the entire Hennies lobby team, and that is not something that you can really fight off with just a Crossel and a Wigglytuff.
No, it looks like they'll be taking a Lecky, so it's going to be an Lecky push, and since all of them are up here, I don't see why they're not going to go for a push. They've got a little bit of advantage here. T-Tot going in, trying to throw his little temper tantrum that he do. He does manage to take out the Umbreon and the Pikachu with his little temper tantrum, as I like to call it.
Tyranitar does so much damage once it's ahead, and that's not really something you see often, because Tyranitar kind of has a hard time with the meta that you would have on ladder. But luckily, you know, since Darkrai is banned, you know, we can see Pokemon like Tyranitar making an appearance now.
We can. It looks like we're having a big push for front goal here from Team Shadowhand, but Hennies' lobby is here to defend it off. They're just going to focus on getting the XP there. Pikachu trying to steal a little bit of it with Electro Ball. Everyone's still kind of grouped up top here, except for the Zacian.
Yep, Zacian appears to be just taking the jungle, you know, getting those 10% buffs. It's really good. But tragically, there's a lot more cohesion going on. And thanks to that, you know, team-wide experience from that Regice, they are able to kind of just bully them back onto their goal.
Yeah, they've pushed through really hard. Now they're just trying to clear through the jungle that Zacian's trying to get. Zacian, obviously, its gimmick requires it to have Eos energy to do that extra damage, so it really needs to be killing stuff and keeping that stacked up.
Yep, and if they just deny the Zacian, you know, any farm, Zacian's gonna really struggle to get back into this game.
It looks like they are really pushing them in their jungle here. They really don't want to be giving them any XP. It does seem like they're having a big old fight. The Zacian kind of going in now. Getting caught by the Crossel, though, in the X-Scissor combo. Never a good thing for the poor old Zacian there. And it looks like Shadowhand are just going for the bottom objective as best as they can. And they are securing it.
They are going to have... Yep, Venusaur Solar Beam does a lot of damage, so you are going to be able to rip through objectives relatively quick with Venusaur. So, you know... Sometimes it's good to have just a Pokemon or two go into their jungle to distract them while you take an objective.
It makes sense, it makes sense. So it looks like we're going to have another team fight. Leafeon was trying to like shred the Aleki as best as it could, but it looks like Venusaur and that are able to take it, and the Aleki is going to be going to Shadowhand, and they're going to be able to potentially push to tier 2. They are wiping out Hennies Lobby's team, so other than the Zacian, who's going to have a hard time taking on an entire team, they are going to be fighting it as best as they can, but it's a bit rough when all 5 of them are there. This is savage.
Yeah, this is a huge counter push as well.
You said we should be worried about Hennies Lobby, but they seem to be getting pushed real hard back from Shadowhand today.
Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe they don't have as much team cohesion as we thought. Maybe that's something they're going to be working on over the season.
Yeah, you got time to work on stuff.
I can't say for certain. I haven't been seeing what's going on in their team, but it does very seem heavily in the favor of Team Shadowhand right now. So good on them for that.
It is very brutal. We got a Crossel taking all the things. Everyone's a bit scattered right now. The Zacian is coming down. The Crossel is a little bit lower. Can the Zacian actually take out the Crossel? Going for a Sacred Sword, trying for it. Doesn't manage to get any kills with that. No objectives yet. We've got 18 seconds till the next objective, but it seems like Shadowhand are just getting into position for that straightaway. Shadowhand kind of scaly.
Yep. Yeah, Shadowhand has the level advantage by a considerable margin as well, so due to this, they probably can just, disregard the opposing team for now and just go for yet another Regice on the bottom.
So many Regice, which is not what you want to see, but here we are.
Yeah.
But it looks like we are seeing a bit of a group up going on for Hennies Lobby as well, which is good. They're not going to have time to go for a top objective here, so it's going to be the Rayquaza fight next, and everyone is sort of getting themselves into positions for it. We see the Greninja of Shadowhand being slightly in a different position to everyone else going around the back here for it, so it's going to be interesting. We got the Crossel at the top edge of the Ray Pit.
And we are in a different bush this time due to, well, how the first bush went for them. They definitely are going to opt for not being in a orthodox position because in that last game, the rotation upwards from Shadowhand was just crazy.
Plushion is going for a look.
Yeah.
Hennies Lobby need to make some plays here, but they need to make the right plays. Leafeon, like the some little movements here. Getting caught though, the Crossel wall, capturing them, doing a mean look to get themselves out. They are trying to get that Umbreon out of the fight there. Crossel Wall's trying to keep them blocked off and separated from each other. Feels a little rough. The Plushion is going through though, going to try and use some Snarl and some Unite to steal some shield, but is in a very precarious position, trying to lead them into the rest of their team, but down go 2 of Hennies Lobby in that match. Shadowhand are not giving an inch.
And we were not functioning as a team at the end there. We did not have all 5 people in position, and I'm not sure it would have made much of a difference. I mean, Tyranitar is absolutely massive right now, but
yeah, teams are kind of scary. They don't even need to score any goals here. But the score point is so close that if the Leafeon had some points and it could have got anywhere, it actually could have turned this. I mean, we do see the Venusaur now going to score some points, and there's not super loads of their team there to stop them, so it looks like this 50 is probably going to go across and just secure it, but it was very close up until the point that they managed to get another 200 across the field, and
the score was almost even. Yeah, and they just got outplayed on the objectives. That's really all that happened there, I feel. And
nobody took Rayquaza this fight.
Unite is a game of objectives, and if you don't get those, then you end up with a really rough situation that is going to be very hard to come back from.
Yeah, that was a pretty
rough.
Team
Shadowhand.
Yep, Team Shadowhand actually ends up taking a 2-0 here for this one. This is where we end tonight, though. Imperishable Knights, Team Doom, Midnight Rain, and Shadowhand all taking points in the first of the Doomnite League matches, and Team Big Adventures, Hennies Lobby, Sky Riders, and Sune Mune are going to be looking in the next set of matches to be picking up some points. That's what it's looking to be.
All the participants.
But that will be in a couple of weeks' time, so that will be on the 24th that we'll have the next set of that. People have 2 weeks to practice, make some team comps, and I will be revealing some stats and information throughout the weeks in the Discord for it. If you're a person who's interested in being a part of the league and joining into any teams, reserves do exist. So there's still some people who have spaces for reserves and such. So you're more than welcome to learn that. If you want to, just join our Discord. You're more than happy to. Cupid, thank you so much for coming and helping me co-commentate this.
And thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
I hope everybody had a good time. But those scores are where we're at for this set of the matches, which is kind of crazy to see.
Cupid. Still together as one, cause divided we're none. Ready to go, we feel the flow. So don't stand in our way, you know we ain't afraid. This is our time, we're in control. If I trip up today, you just wipe it away. All of my fears are gone, erased. Let us tear down the walls till the final night falls. The bonds of our souls can't be